Hey everyone, this is a review of the Milwaukee USB Rover pivoting floodlight. It's model number 2114-21. Milwaukee has just come out with a whole bunch of new personal lighting products, and they sent this one over for me to take a look at. So here's the light up close. It pivots around this little point right here, 210 degrees from closed to open. So you can set it on top of something and then shine light back down in if you want to do that. It's got this pivot point, opens up. It's got a gasket around here for the battery. It's IP54 rated, so it is splash and rain resistant. It is not submersible though. Uses the standard red lithium USB cell, which is just one 18650 cell wrapped with some electronics. Slides right in here. It is changeable. If you want to get a charger or another one of these, you can swap these batteries out. On the back is your charging port with a little LED indicator that goes from red to yellow to green, depending on your charge status. And it's just got a little plug here that keeps it water resistant as well. You've got a on, off, and mode button. It's got 3 different modes. The old Rover had just a low and a high. This one's got a high, medium, low, 550 lumens. Medium is 250 lumens. And low is 100 lumens. Runtime on this is pretty decent. The specification for high on 550 lumens is 2 hours. I ran my own runtime test and got 2 hours exactly when it started flashing at me, which means it's almost out of batteries. It's kind of a nice feature they have so you don't get stuck in the dark. And then at 2 hours and 4 minutes it shut off completely. Also, I didn't test, but their specifications for medium is 250 lumens at 4.5 hours, and on low it's 11.5 hours at 100 lumens. The light has 10 LEDs in a double row of 5. That is increased from the original 8 LEDs of the original USB Rover floodlight. So this one is outputting 550 lumens on high. This old one put out 450 lumens, and they have the same runtime for both of these. So they've added another 20% brightness, just about, without sacrificing runtime. So they've improved the efficiency of these LEDs, got some better models, and they increased the number, which can lead to efficiency improvements as well. The pivot is nice and solid. It's not loose, so I haven't had any issues when I'm holding it on this with the head sagging at all. It's been really good about holding it in place where I put it. On the back here you've got a carabiner that can lock onto a loop, or if you've got a D-ring on one of your tool bags, you can clip it onto that. Problem is you can't close it all the way when you have it clipped onto something because there's no spot in here for it to go, so it'll have to sit slightly open around whatever you've got it clipped onto. The clip also has a little groove in it that lets you put it on a screw or hang it by a rope or a wire, and it's right at the center of gravity. The magnets on this are a lot stronger than they were on the back of the original Rover. I think that was my only complaint with this. The magnet right here wasn't always strong enough to hold this thing up. On this one they are. They're very, very much improved. I said the magnets are a lot stronger in this light, and they definitely are. You definitely can't do that with this one right here because it just doesn't have a magnet over on this side, so it always rotates and it almost always slides down whenever I put it on. The magnet on this one, on that end, is great though. So this one's really handy because you can stick it on something if you have a metal surface and point it wherever you want along that direction. It's great under the hood. You got plenty of metal surfaces to stick it there somewhere. Good for electrical panels. Anywhere where you've got a metal surface, this is going to stick very, very readily. Toolboxes is another one. If you don't have a metal surface, if you want to hang it on a stud, one single screw, that groove I talked about earlier, it hangs perfectly level on that. Also, if you have screws in your stud, it doesn't do well on one, but if you hang it on 2 that are right under those magnetic clips, it's pretty sturdy on those as well. Can manage to shake it loose, but it takes quite a bit of effort. One of the other nice things about this that's not really noticeable, and I don't think it's really advertised, these little spots right here are rubberized feet, and that they barely set off the magnets from whatever surface it's on. So they're kind of an anti-scratch feature. You're not going to have them grinding a bunch of, rocks or dirt or, grit in there and scratching up surfaces this is on. These just help it stand off a little bit, and they give it a little bit better grip too, so it doesn't slide across smooth surfaces. I'm in my garage with just the USB pivoting Rover as the only source of illumination. It's on high right now, so it's 550 lumens, and you can see it lights up the wall pretty well. It's not going to be a whole area light. Even if you point it up at the ceiling, it's not going to light up the whole garage like some of the bigger floods that Milwaukee makes, but this is great for up close work. It's their personal lighting line, so it's just for you working in a concentrated area, and it's great for that. It's a nice even beam pattern. There's no hot spots in it. You will get weird shadows just because it's got, I think, 10 different LEDs in here. But it's nice even lighting unless you're really getting up close and paying attention to shadows. So we've got high at 550 lumens, medium at 250 lumens, and low at 100 lumens. I think just about the only thing I don't like about this light is with this back carabiner clip. It's pretty resilient this way when you pull, but if you twist it, that's got a lot of flexibility here. It just doesn't seem that sturdy. And that's really not a loading scenario you're going to have very often, because if you're hanging it like this, it's plenty strong. And if you've got it up against something, or if it's setting on it, you're not really putting a lot of torque on that. So this torsional load is really kind of, I wouldn't expect to be putting that on it very much. It's just a little bit more flexible than I'd like. Price point on this is $70 for the light, one battery, and a USB charging cable. I think that's a little bit on the upper end of what lights like this should be going for. Keep in mind though, if you buy something that uses alkaline batteries, the rechargeable battery will save you money in the long run. I think I would have preferred if they kept it at the original $60 price point that the USB Rover was at, but they have added better LEDs and a carabiner clip, which, that extra material does have extra cost. So overall, I think this is a great little light, even if it is a little bit expensive. And I am excited to see where Milwaukee is taking their red lithium USB platform. In the past year, we saw they're adding heated gloves and digital levels that are also powered by this same battery form factor. Especially, this only takes 2 hours to charge the batteries, so if you have one of these and a spare battery and charger, or if you have just two different USB Rover or Flood or Spotlight lighting products, you should be able to keep working without being in the dark indefinitely if you just swap them out and have one charging all the time when you're using the other one. So hopefully this review was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments section below, and once again, don't forget to subscribe.